Okay, I am going to take two. Hello everyone, it is me, Jody Clark. How are you guys? Monday night, I am out here in Colorado. We have had awesome December weather, let me tell you. Not much snow. We'll see if we have a white Christmas. But Facebook, oh my gosh, has been messing with me. So I was on here a second ago. Hey, Deanna. And all of a sudden I went sideways and I could totally tell like something was not right. So I had to get off. So you guys, seriously, 8 days till Christmas. I know this is like everyone's busy time trying to get stuff done, trying to get everything ready. Whew, so much to do. I feel like December is probably everyone's busiest month and back to school. Hey, Diana. Hey, Lisa. So you guys, okay, Ryan, you're on here. So I was on Ryan's video yesterday morning. I had gotten up, scrolling through Facebook, and I was hearting up his video. Literally just giving him hearts. I had made a couple comments. And next thing I know, I am taken to this security screen on Facebook that I have to verify who I am because of suspicious activity. Had to go through all of the posts I had made recently, all the new friends I had added, all the comments I had made. It was a joke. It took me like 15 minutes, change my password just to verify who I was. And then I had these notifications. Well, right before Ryan's birthday, Ryan's video, I had told everybody happy birthday for the day because that's what I do. So all of my birthday posts came back to me saying that they were against community standards. You guys, I literally said happy birthday, have a wonderful day. So I don't know if you even noticed, Ryan, I was on your video and then all of a sudden I was gone. So then later, yesterday, I was liking people's posts and it wouldn't let me. So then I got this message that I have not been compliant, suspicious activity on my account, and I am not allowed to like people's posts, like certain pages. Ridiculous. So I'm in jail on Facebook until December 23rd. So please don't be offended that I don't like your post. I can comment, but I cannot like your post. I can't laugh at it. I can't even give it an angry face. So thanks, Facebook, right during the holiday season. Seriously, you guys, what the heck, right? All right. So anyway, so then I go to start a video tonight, which I was on right before this one. And next thing I know, I'm sideways. So I don't know why Facebook has chosen me, little innocent Jody Clark, who just gets on here to support people. Like, seriously, that's all I'm doing is trying to support people. And yeah, they're messing with me. So you guys, okay. So anyway, I'm in jail. I just have to deal with it. But I had to steal Chase's Santa hat. I thought, you know what? It's time to have fun. I know, I've never heard of it either. Like, seriously, like, why am I the test, the dummy, whatever it is, where you try stuff out on people? Well, let's just put Jody in jail because she likes too many people's posts. Okay, well, I mean, I thought that's what Facebook was all about, was to comment and like and interact with people. Like, seriously. Hey, Brian. Hey, Annie. So you guys, all right, so we are 5th month into the gel, Chase and I. So I'll keep my little story short, but he was diagnosed diabetes. We thought type 2. They drew labs. Well, then they said type 1. Well, then that type 1 doctor didn't seem to think he was actually type 1. So they drew antibodies again, and it was 2 weeks ago Friday. You guys, I think they lost the blood. If you want to talk about a roller coaster of a ride, I just want to know what kind of diabetes he has. Like, seriously, I just want to know. So I finally messaged them because it's cool. They have this app where you can view your lab results and get a hold of the doctor, whatever. So I messaged them on Thursday and I was like, hey, have we gotten the antibody results back yet. Like, I'm over here in limbo. I don't know if he needs an appointment at the type 2 clinic. I don't know if he needs an appointment at the type 1 clinic. Like, so the doctor responded and he says, you know, I'm not sure, and we're going to hopefully try to locate that. Well, then the nurse called me Friday at 3 o'clock and says, did you have your labs drawn here? And I was like, yeah. She says, well, we haven't located it in our lab, which I know things happen. I know. I've been a nurse. I understand. So she says, so we're going to call Quest, which is another lab place, to see if maybe by chance, I know, Charmaine, hey, Pat, hey, Heidi, to see if maybe his blood went somewhere. Well, of course, no one called me back on Friday because it was Friday at 3 o'clock. So here we are Monday, and nobody called me today, but I've been so busy, I haven't even had time to call him today. So first thing tomorrow morning, because I honestly think we're going to have to repeat this antibody test. Like, I am over here going, I just want to know, are we type 1? Are we type 2? I mean, yes, there could be some. If he's type 2, I mean, we're not going to change anything. He's doing amazing. He's lost 8 pounds. We're watching carbs. He's working out. Like, he is doing awesome. He's doing so much better than I even thought for being a boy. And so that's amazing. But again, if it's type 1, then obviously that's a whole other. But you guys, I noticed this yesterday. So there was a doctor's call a couple weeks ago now, and I was listening, and they had talked about there had been hundreds of clinical studies done on human growth hormone, which obviously the injectable kind, the prescription kind, there's been tons of studies. And one thing that they found was glucose metabolism for HGH, which means, you know, it helps to metabolize your glucose, which helps with, you know, blood sugars, you know, all that stuff related to blood sugars. And I really keyed in on that. So I have been keeping a log because that's who I am. And we started blood sugars, you guys, on Chase, November 15th. So we're past a month. And what they told us to do was a fasting blood sugar one day, and then do a 2-hour postprandial the next day, which means 2 hours after a meal. Well, our biggest meal of the day is dinner, and especially with school. So we have rotated, and I have started to see a trend. Okay, so my numbers to watch for him were 100 to 120 fasting in the morning. Hey, Ben. Hey, Lisa. Like my hat? So 100 to 120 in the morning, and they could be as high as 140. She said even to 180 after a meal, okay? So I have a paper. You guys, I'm very good. I write down what's going on. So very first blood sugar. Now, when he started doing blood sugars, he was already into his 4th month on the gel. Wow. Like, what a blessing this gel has been, that he has been on the gel and had been on it for 4 months. So I started to notice that on Sundays, and then if we do one Monday morning, those numbers are higher than any other number. So for any of you guys on the gel, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, we do Monday through Friday on the gel. Okay, we do Monday through Friday. Hey, Pa. Hey, Danielle. And we take Saturday and Sunday off, right? So no gel, Saturday, Sunday. So what I'm starting to notice is Sunday, and then if we do a fasting Monday morning, those numbers are higher. So for example, yesterday morning for fasting was 116, okay? We did do 2 fasting. A lot of times I try to do 2 fasting on Saturday, Sunday, just because we're home on the weekend and we don't have to worry about it. The day before, Saturday, now remember he did his gel Friday night, 89 Saturday morning. Now, let me tell you another thing. Sunday night, he ate dinner. He ate a little bit later, and then he stayed up late. He didn't even do his blood sugar till almost noon, okay? Because he slept until almost noon yesterday. So that was even a longer amount of time. 116. So what does that say? The 2 days off of the gel, his numbers are higher. 116 is still amazing. Like, it's not like it's a bad number. I mean, for us, 116 for fasting is high, but with diabetes, 116 is not high. So last weekend, you guys, Sunday, 115. Saturday, 89. I started noticing this and I thought, you know what? The first time he had a 119 in the morning was a Sunday morning after not having the gel. Then Monday morning came and it was 119 again. So I'm noticing a higher trend from Sunday to Monday. So, you guys, what are your thoughts on that? I know I looked at this paper yesterday and I was like, we average, honestly, he averages, I would say 89 to 97, maybe 110 even after a meal. These numbers are amazing. He's had a few 110s after meals, but that's after a meal. And we're supposed to be looking for 140 to 180. We haven't even come close to a 140. We haven't even come close to a 100 to 120. We haven't hit 120. But the days that we don't have the gel, he's closer to the 120 in the morning. Does that make sense? So I started just because I heard that glucose metabolism, and that's what HGH is known to help with. And it's also it helps with lipids, which means, people's cholesterol, those things. So I don't know why I keyed in and I thought which you have to take that 2-day break. You have to. I know everyone doesn't want to take that 2-day break because of how they feel, but you take that 2-day break because you need to give those hormones, everything a rest. So taking that 2-day break, well, the numbers are a little bit higher once we've had the 2 days off. So that was just something I noticed. But then I was talking to a friend of mine this weekend, and for any of you guys that take the 2 days off and struggle Monday morning, her husband came up with a great idea where he takes Friday night off. He'll do it Friday morning, takes Friday night off, takes all of Saturday off, Sunday morning, and then starts back Sunday night. So it's still the same time frame, your 2 days off. It's just Friday morning and then Sunday night. And then it's not so Monday morning. So if anyone is struggling with Monday mornings, getting back going, having those 2 days off, I thought that was an awesome, suggestion. I'm good. I do okay with my 2 days off and jumping back on this morning. But I thought that was something, something I could throw out there for other people that maybe struggle with Monday morning after, the 2 days off. But you guys, this gel is helping in so many ways. It's been such a blessing to us. I'm going to keep monitoring Chase's blood sugars because obviously I have to. I'm going to call tomorrow to find out about his lab, just so we can get an answer. Like, it sucks waiting. Like, that is the hardest part, and it's been over 2 weeks now. Like, I just want to know what he has, but I'm so glad. And then something else I had learned, he was sweating a lot starting probably March, April last year, right before his birthday in May, and it continued into the summer, but he had been putting on weight pretty steady also. So I just kind of thought, well, maybe it's summertime, it's hot, he's a little bit bigger. Sometimes bigger people sweat, Hey Candace, hey Juwan. But little did I know that all that sweating that he had going on, that's a result of adrenal problems. So thank goodness again, at the end of July, he started on this gel and the sweating went away. We don't have that anymore. So a pediatrician friend of mine said, hey, if he starts sweating like that again, make sure you talk to the doctor because they need to draw, potassium. So you guys, if your potassium is off, if your sodium is off, or your chloride or bicarb, that is your adrenal. So for any of you guys having lab work, if you're ever off on potassium or your sodium or I think it's bicarb, those three things, that's your adrenal. I'm learning, you guys. I am constantly learning. I was like this voice for ADHD, and I'm so passionate about it. It's such a misunderstood, diagnosis. Yes, they're hyper. Yes, but there's so much more to that. Well, now I'm going to be a voice of diabetes. Like, I know a lot of information. I really do. I'm not a physician, and I never would claim to be a physician, but I know a lot about diabetes, and now this is going to be my passion. And I listened to another doctor who's all natural. I got this free seminar of like 10 days worth of videos, and he said in this video that this is really sad, that most of our kids, so our kids' generation, are going to grow up sick and they're going to live a shorter lifespan. That's sad to me. And do you know what it boils down to, you guys? Is our food. It's our food. So he says you can't even call it diabetes anymore. He called it diabesity. And he talked about A1C levels, normals. He talked about fasting blood sugars and what were normal. But the test that most doctors don't do is a fasting insulin. And then he gave a reference. So even though your A1C is great, even though your fasting blood sugar is good, and this is like, I just had labs done. My fasting blood sugar was good and my A1C was good. But if you're carrying that extra abdominal weight, which a lot of us are, then he says you should have a fasting insulin level checked, because then you're leading to diabetes. So he called it diabesity, overweight. It was so full of information. If anyone wants to listen to it, it was actually it's sad and scary all in one, because it's really our food, and that what we feed our kids and what we do, we are creating, the sickness that they go through, and that we're shortening their lifespan. And that's sad. That's really sad to me. So just a lot of information. But if you take statins, so people who take statins, this was another interesting tip that I got from that video. So people with higher cholesterol, and you take statins can cause diabetes. I didn't even know that. See, I'm always learning something new. So many people have cholesterol problems, and so if you take statins, that can lead to diabetes also. But so if your labs are normal, which is me, because I just had all my labs done last Thursday, but I do have that extra belly fat, which is it's deadly. Really, it is. I need to now ask for a fasting insulin level just to see where that is at, to see what path I'm on for diabetes. But let me answer this question. I'm learning, you guys. I'm always learning, and I will try to answer any questions if I can. If you're on a Monday through Friday, weekends off, and we need blood work needed, is there a better? No, that's not going to matter. It's not even going to matter. You can have blood work at any time. So I did mine Thursday morning. I had done the gel Thursday morning. So all my labs were great. And Chase's labs have all been great since we've done this. He was deficient in vitamin D. But again, if you're diabetic or you're overweight, a lot of times you're deficient in vitamin D. But his good cholesterol was low. So we have to work on that one, which I would rather it be that than his overall cholesterol or his bad cholesterol. So at least his good cholesterol was a little low, but we need to boost that up. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I posted in my group the other day about the commercials, and just how crazy it is, and all these medications, and who walks around on a ton of prescription medications saying, I feel amazing. And I don't knock prescription medications. I come from pharmacists. Like, are you kidding me? We had a pill, a potion. My granddad even made my kids butt cream. Like, it was the best stuff ever. Like, he could whip up and do anything for us at any time. I had the stock bottles, of liquid ibuprofen and Tylenol that would last forever. If stuff was expired and he kept it in the dark, I would just put it in my medicine cabinet. He's like, it's still good. Like, I learned a lot from him, and I totally am not against prescription medication, and especially in a stat situation, life threatening. You can't go into surgery obviously without medication, so there are things where you really do need medication. But again, you guys, why would you not want to balance out your hormones, look good, and feel good? Like, here is my 13-year-old son who is under the care of a pediatrician, knows about the gel. I put him on it for his ADHD, because eventually, it helps with brain memory, clarity, calmness. Like, those are associated benefits of this gel. And had no idea he was already having adrenal issues by sweating the way he was sweating. And then come to find out, then he's diagnosed with diabetes. And we were told by, hey Janet, hey Kelly, I was told by both doctors, type 1 diabetes and type 2, like, this is so odd that I'm seeing him in the office and that he's fine, because it usually doesn't happen that way. Like, usually you can't wake them up, or they don't respond, or something is not right, and you get them to the ER and their blood sugar is either 15 or their blood sugar is like 500. We didn't go through any of that, you guys. We've had one blood sugar of 134 after a meal, which is the highest, which wasn't even the norm that we were supposed to be looking for, of 140 to 180. But he had a stomach ache and he had a headache that night. So, and you guys, you know what? Now that I say that, I did write that down. It was on a Sunday after dinner. You guys, I'm telling you, 2 days off that gel, not that his blood sugars are crazy, because they're not, but that 134 is the highest that we've had ever. And it was 2 hours after a meal. He had a headache, he had a stomach ache. I put notes on here as to why. But it was a Sunday evening. So 2 days now without the gel, and that's the highest. Hey, Heather, that's the highest blood sugar he's had. So I'm noticing a trend. I just wanted you guys to know. I'm noticing a trend, and we're having higher blood sugars on Sundays. And then if we do one on Monday morning, we're having higher ones on Monday after 2 days off the gel. Then we get scrolling back through the week, and we're back to 97, 90, 96, 97, 92, oops, 125. Guess what? That was a Sunday also. So I'm just telling you guys, the very first reading we ever had was a 92, and that was a fasting. So that was good. And then the next day it was 86, 2 hours after a meal. So I'm telling you, this 125 and this 134 and a lot of these 119s that we've had have happened on Sundays and Mondays after 2 days off the gel. So I'm just keeping track. But 5 months on the gel, I'm loving it, you guys. 8 days till Christmas. I'm not out of Facebook gel till December 23rd, so please don't be offended if I don't like your post or if I don't even laugh at it, because I can't. I'm in Facebook gel. But you guys, thank you so much for jumping on. I appreciate all the support. I hope every one of you guys has a Merry Christmas and enjoys the season. Just remember, it's a hard time for a lot of people, and just greet everyone with a smile and kindness, because you don't know what anyone is going through right now. I mean, you have no idea, and people, you know, it's hard when you've lost family members, or especially if it's the first holiday without them, or maybe you don't have, you know, family members to share the holidays with. So just remember, you know, not everyone is as blessed as we are. They have their blessings in other ways, but it's not as magical to them as it is to us. So just be kind. Just be kind. Okay? You guys have a great night. Thank you so much for jumping on, and I will see you guys on here again soon. And thank you, Shemaine. Love you guys. Bye.